Hey guys, Indy Pride here. Welcome back. We have another replay for you today, and this is going to be what I would call a nightmare situation. I'm going to be showcasing what happens when two Shogun players are fighting against two Flawless Samurai players, and they manage to get a massive hill advantage on you right at the start of the battle. So we're on a key, and we're going to see in a couple seconds here, and let's just press play right now. What I wanted to do was this is the key, and I knew that they were going to rush the hill, so I wanted to rapid advance with my Yari Samurai straight up the hill, and I wanted to get that hill advantage, get that downhill charge. And I have a lot of cav, as you can see, but as most of you should be aware by now, Shogun 2 cav often cannot deal with Flawless Samurai cav, especially when they are bringing what they're bringing. We're playing against Apollo and Granitor, two really good players. Apollo's a friend of mine, but this was a match-made battle before I met him. And he's got Shogun at guard cav, Yariki pushing up to the top. Granitor is pushing up his Yariki as well. They've got 23 attack Yariki. I just cannot win a cav fight. And so I wanted to get the top of that hill right off the start of the game. And I quickly realized that I was not going to be able to. So I had to pull back. And one quick aside real quick is this is a little bit of a corrupt replay. I'm not sure when a patch came out. I played this in like early September, and I'm not sure when that patch came out, but the replays from around that time period are a little corrupt, so the ending is not going to be exactly what happened, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. So, me and 50, my good New Zealand friend, are in trouble here, basically right off the start. I've told you many times that a Shogun 2 army can absolutely destroy Flawless Samurai if you're rushing on flat ground or like hilly ground where they can't get good angles off. But when they're layered and on top of a hill like this and can get downhill charges with their Shogatai and get some really good shots off their line infantry, you're gonna be in trouble. And so right at the start of this battle, I was a little nervous because they are in a good position to keep us from getting the farmhouse. They're in the back of the map. They're obviously in the middle there to keep 50 from capping the shrine, and so we're only going to have the workshop, which will be good, but it's not going to alter the course of this battle, I don't think. So they're setting up at the top there, and let's take a quick look at what they have. They've got some Yarikachi, some Spear Levy, some low-cost infantry, line and infantry units, Black Tortoise Force, White Bear infantry. And they have, I don't know what generals they were bringing in this battle. Yeah, they have Bushido gens. Or Apollo does. I'm not sure about Granitor. Let's look at Granitor real quick. He has a Bushido and leader gen. No, Bushido and shooter gen. So yeah, and they have a kind of composite build here. They've got some good line and some powerful melee. They got some 23 attack Shogatai, some Yarikachi, and like I've already said, they have the hill advantage. So what we decided to do was I was going to keep their focus on this side, and 50 was going to quickly flank around. Right there, he got a little bit too close, got his Naginata tennis shredded up a little bit, so he's going to pull back, and he's going to flank all the way around and attack Granitor, excuse me, on the other side of the hill. And so we're going to try to pincer them on top of that hill, get a complete surround off, and try to rock them as quickly as possible. Now, I do have a good army set up for this kind of thing, because Nodachis, while their charge will be bad going uphill, they have Bonsai, and that will negate the morale penalties that I have from fighting uphill. And if you did not know, there is a massive hidden morale penalty in this game for fighting uphill. So they have a huge advantage right now, and with those Shogatai charging downhill, they can absolutely shred my Nodachis and my Katanas and my Yari Ashigaru if I don't play this right. And I will say right now that I do not play this perfectly. This was not my best battle ever, but I was in a crappy situation, and I had no ranged units. I thought I was going to be able to crest that hill at the beginning of the map, and as soon as that happened, or I was unable to do that, everything changed. So looking at my cav here, I have a Fire Cavalry, Naginata Warrior Monk cav, another Naginata Warrior Monk cav, and a Yari cav. And I mean, they're good cav units, 19 attack, 17 attack, 20 attack. But again, they're going to have the same problem my infantry do. They're going to have to rush straight uphill into gunfire and enemy cav units that are charging downhill. So 50 Bomb is repositioning right now, and he's going to take all of Granitor's focus, make sure that Granitor doesn't send any units to me, because I'm going to have to run into a hail of gunfire, and right now I am starting my ascent up this Mount Everest. It's not a good situation, but here we go. So I've got some Yari Ashigaru up front. They're going to be the meat shields, obviously, and some Naginata attendants. In hindsight, I probably should have put these in loose formation, but I was thinking that I might want to put them in spear wall to prevent a Shogutai from downhill charging my sword infantry. I don't end up doing that, though, and they just end up running into melee and routing real quick. So he's already, yeah, his Imperial infantry are already getting some devastating volleys off, and I'm running straight uphill. Gonna activate Bonsai on all my guys really soon here, because I know that they're gonna start routing pretty much on impact, and I'm gonna have to quickly get into rally, stand and fight, and keep my guys in the fight as long as possible. I'm gonna flank my Yari Samurai on the right side and get my cav all the way up there, but they're gonna have to run into some Yari Kachi and some enemy cavalry. And I've already tied down all of his units, but in the center here, I did not send enough men, and he's going to quickly break through that. But I'm getting some good flanking off, or I'm going to try to anyway. And I'm sending my cavalry up, going to tie down the line infantry units that I can, and just activate Bonsai all the way down my line and keep them in the fight. On the other side, 50 Bomb is closing in on Granitor. He's doing much of the same thing. He didn't quite have to deal with the hill advantage that I did on my side, but he still is fighting uphill, and he still is going to get that morale penalty. But he's in the melee, and he's doing a better job on his side than I am on mine. But I've got my cav tying down his line infantry units in the middle, and I'm breaking through on the right, but my left flank is getting hurt pretty bad. He has two black tortoises in the back, and I have my katanas flanking around, and I'm just going to get a charge off on those. And the middle of my line is already collapsed, and he's breaking through there. And so now I just have to shift my focus to the right side and get my general mounted back up, because I don't want him to get caught. So my cavalry and his line infantry are all getting a big fight here. He's about to get a devastating volley off on my cavalry units, but I quickly pull out, or at least I try to. I can't remember if I get them out or not. But I think he is going to get a volley off there and hurt my cav pretty bad. But this is really close. Me and Apollo are really close here. I'm cutting through his units, but he's got line infantry in the back. But 50 Bomb is going to clean up Granitor on the other side. He's got his cav flanking around. And I believe at this point the replay is going to start getting a little bit corrupt, but I think it'll still give you the gist of what happened. Yeah, the middle is broken through now, and I've broken through on the right, so I'm pushing up to the top of the hill and going to tie down the rest of his Black Tortoise force. And he's going to try to get my gen, but I get my Naginata attendants to tie them down so I can pull my general out of the battle. And actually, there's a really kind of cool part here. My general is going to fight, my leadership general is going to fight his Bushido general, and we're going to get a close-up of that, because that was a pretty sweet part. I think I tried running away, but then quickly realized that I just need to kill his general if I want to turn this battle back in my favor. So yeah, my general's pretty much just tanking there at the bottom of the hill, and up at the top, my Katana Samurai is one of the only units I have left. They've already got 200 kills, and they're shredding his Black Tortoise. And we're about dead even right now, but Granitor is routing on the other side, and 50 Bomb's going to push up, and I'm going to try to clean up. If I remember correctly, in this replay, Apollo pretty much beat me on his side, but he only had like a line infantry unit left, and I only had a Katana left. So it was pretty much dead even, and then 50 Bomb pushed over to the other side of the ridge and finished them off. And I think my general just killed his in melee, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, my katana is what saved me in this battle. It gets, I think, 300 kills. Yeah, it's got 280 right now, and just shredding every unit that it sees. But the problem was that a lot of my units just routed pretty much right off the bat because of the downhill charge and the morale penalty from the line infantry shots that he got off. So I was in trouble from the start of that battle. I managed to turn it around with some good meat shielding and some flanking. I didn't play it perfectly by any means, but we were able to close that one out, even with their huge advantage, that huge hill advantage. But yeah, I think this is when my katana starts running off in the distance for no particular reason, and I think the replay is going to end here in a couple seconds. But yeah, it was a really close battle and really exciting. I wish I could show you what actually happened, because I mean, it was pretty similar to this, but the ending was more exciting than what you're going to see in this battle. But it was still an exciting battle. Yeah, the replay just ended here. It was still, I hope you thought it was an exciting battle. I really enjoyed playing it because I thought we were at such a huge disadvantage at the start, and we managed to turn it around and win. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that, and we're going to, actually there is no stat screen to look at, so that's the end of the replay. The only thing I can say is my katana got 300 kills, and 50 bombs rush on the other side was very effective as well. He had a Yari Samurai with 200 kills, and some Nodachis and katanas with a couple hundred. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. I got more replays coming for you, and sorry my mouth is going at 1,000 miles per minute. I had a lot to say this battle. So hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.